On tonight's CTV News, new accommodation open today will bring relief to Christchurch's housing shortage. Dumping waste in Littleton Harbour is impacting our local beaches, and a shortage of scaffolders could slow down the rebuild. Welcome to CTV News, I'm Rob Cope-Williams. First up tonight, a new replacement for former Christchurch City Council Chief Executive Tony Marriott has been decided today, but the name won't be revealed until next week. Yesterday, Christchurch Mayor Dan Dowsell told the Christchurch Press an appointment could be made by the end of next week. This marks almost 6 months since the new council was elected. Shortlisted candidates have already been interviewed, and the full 14-member council was due to accept a recommendation for the top position at a closed-door meeting today. That person would then be grilled during an interview with the full council. In the meantime, though, Lincoln University has missed out on $20 million worth of funding.
The bioprotection research will no longer be funded as a centre of research excellence after 2015, after missing out on a 6-year funding from the Tertiary of Education Commission. The Commission has $3 billion of government funding to annually fund tertiary education. It goes towards postgraduate and postdoctoral research, focusing on protecting pastures, crops, forest and native plants from pests, weeds and pathogens. The centre has been fetching over $3 million a year, but for the coming 6 years we're hoping to receive double that of $6 million a year. And without it, they won't be able to train postdoctoral and graduate students. The research centre is partnered with Lincoln and Massey University and has been receiving the funding since 2003.
A Christchurch man who's been attacked and robbed 3 times in the last 6 months no longer feels safe getting his mail. The man says he is going to take much greater care in future, but is getting sick of the bruises. Patrick Phelps reports.
David Bull's been living here for over 20 years. And lately, he's been locking his gate. Only yesterday, he was attacked and robbed in his own driveway.
Got pushed over, kicked in the buttocks and robbed.
Did they hit you up?
Yes, I landed on the footpath and I did myself a little bit of damage.
The bruising on Mr. Bull's face comes from the fall when he was pushed to the ground.
My face has been rearranged. I'm swollen quite badly on the right side and it's quite painful to even talk, and I can't eat without feeling it through my teeth, and the teeth are fine, but there's big bruising right there. There's cuts around the nose, there's a hole in the ear.
This is the 3rd time Mr. Bull's been attacked and robbed since November. In total, he's over $500 out of pocket. He says he won't carry cash in his pocket out and about anymore, but thought he'd at least be safe around his own home.
I would have thought my letterbox would have been safe on the driveway. I've made damn sure that I don't carry it when I'm out in the open public, but I would have thought on my own driveway I'll be safe. If you're not safe in your own home, well, where are you safe? David
Bull says police are investigating the cases, and one of them is going to court. For the others, they have no leads. Mr. Bull's been an ACC beneficiary since a motorcycle crash in 1997.
They must be pretty low to attack a disabled person who doesn't experience good health at the best of times, and to attack someone who's disabled really shows the lack of ethics and morality of some of our people in society, unfortunately.
He says he would like to see the justice laws changed.
And Tolley and Judith Collins need to make sure that people are at a younger age than what they are now at 14, I understand, need to be held accountable for their actions. They think they can get away with it because they're underage.
The police say though it's trickier dealing with individuals below a certain age, there are mechanisms for dealing with anyone, any offence, any age. Patrick Phelps, CTV News.
If you've got a smoky old log burner, you could be targeted by Environment Canterbury, who are tightening rules around old polluting chimneys, but some locals believe ECAN is in the wrong.
Environment Canterbury announced on Monday they're being tougher this winter and are targeting the smoky old fires. ECAN believes almost 8,000 homes in Christchurch still have log burners older than 8 years old. This winter they'll be using infrared equipment to scan polluting chimneys on the street. This will be the first time since the earthquakes. It's part of Environment Canterbury's bid to meet the government's requirements of having no more than 3 days of high pollution a year. But some homeowners and lobby groups aren't happy. Christchurch Log Burner Action Group believes ECAN was giving the wrong impression. They say the airplane doesn't stop the use of log burners older than 15 years old, if the log burner is clean enough to pass the test. Environment Canterbury says they've been lenient over the past 3 years because of earthquake damage to homes. While they're enforcing tighter rules, they're promising to be easier on those who come forward if they're affected by floods or earthquake damage.
South Shore beaches are being covered in litter and one local man is hoping to put a stop to it.
One local is hoping to put a stop to dumping of demolition rubble in Littleton. Plastic and wood debris is being swept by the wind around the heads and onto the city's beaches. An environmental watchdog is hoping the dumping will come to a halt until a full retaining seawall is built around the perimeter. Bernie Calder is calling for the new city councillors to suspend dumping until the wall is built in order to prevent further debris escaping into the harbour. Environment Canterbury rules allow 5% of floatable waste in water. But Mr Calder says he's sick of picking up plastic debris and now-filled timber that's trashing the local beaches. Last April, the port company dispatched a team to clean up a truckload of trash from the site. The company says in the past there's been a small leakage in the floating boom. Residents concerned about debris can call the port company group, who will send a crew to clean it up.
In a similar story, South Canterbury farmers are being asked to check their drinking wells after reports of a contamination scare. Environment Canterbury confirmed the Regional Council was investigating a farm near Geraldine which sourced its drinking water from a private shallow well. The well has recorded levels of nitrates and heavy metals above the recommended health standard. South Canterbury Medical Officer of Health Dr Daniel Williams says the landowner had informed ECAN and Community Public Health after their own private testing had produced, quote, concerning results, unquote. However, Williams says that there's been no reported health problems as a result of the contamination. Taylor says that ECAN sampled about 300 private wells per year. In other news, Christchurch mothers are up in arms over plan to close Burwood Hospital's birthing unit.
More than 1,000 people have signed a petition to save Burwood Hospital's birthing unit. But that isn't stopping the Canterbury District Health Board from closing the facility once other services are ready to go. As reported in the Christchurch Press, a mother started the petition to save the maternity ward. Her argument is that the unit has been around for many years and there are hardly any other options available for mothers. She wants to be able to show her daughter the place she was born. In a statement sent to CTV News, CDHB Chief Executive David Mates says maternity services needed to evolve to meet the changing needs of Cantabrians into the future. He says plans are in place for the facility to close, but only when new services are ready. He's confident the new facilities will be equally highly regarded. It's not known how long the Burwood birthing unit will remain open, but the new facility is expected to be finished late next year. The CDHB also has birthing units at Christchurch Women's, Lincoln, Rangiora and Ashburton hospitals. Construction's already underway on Burwood Hospital's multi-million-dollar redevelopment.
Almost $4 million a day is being paid out to residents for earthquake damage, and over 3/4 of commercial insurance claims have been settled. Earthquake insurance payouts have crossed the $11 billion mark. The Insurance Council of New Zealand says a significant contribution to the economy of the region. They believe it shows that progress is being made to both residents and businesses and enabling Canterbury to get back on its feet. But coming up, new accommodation open today is set to relieve the pressure on Christchurch housing market.
Tomorrow Today is your science program, presenting a comprehensive overview of the latest trends in science and research. Tomorrow Today, Tuesday night at 7:30 p.m, right here on CTV.
Potholes. To some, a simple hole in the ground, causing no harm and no concern. But don't let that fool you. Potholes are dangerous. Did you know potholes have been linked to numerous nasty falls and flat tires? So if you have a pothole situation on your property, don't panic. Call the Pothole Repair Company. They'll fix your potholes in a jiffy. So next time you see a pothole on your driveway or in your car park, call the Pothole Repair Company.
My son's helped me greatly with my independence now that I've got more mobility.
Mum, I've been looking into stand assist chairs from More Mobility. They recline back with a footrest, then when you want to get out of them, they stand you up. You can even sleep on them. More Mobility can bring one out for a free trial. There's even electric beds too. What do you think? For more range and more expert advice, see More Mobility, corner Clarence and Princess Streets off Blenheim Road.
What a difference more mobility makes.
Hi, I'm Steve and welcome to Carpet Kingdom. At Carpet Kingdom we stock a massive range of carpets and we're also the largest vinyl stockist in the South Island. And not only do we have an excellent range in store, but you can purchase our stock online. We offer free measure and quotes, we have our own installation team, we ship nationwide, so come on down and see us at Carpet Kingdom, 312 Wilsons Road in Waltham, just off Brougham Street, or visit us online at carpetkingdom.co.nz.
Located at the foot of the Port Hills, Berrymead Golf offers a spectacular location for any occasion. Make a dream wedding a reality with private use of our green function room, outdoor garden courtyard, large marquee and stunning gazebo. Or for your next conference, enjoy the relaxed atmosphere of Berrymead Golf, offering a private, spacious conference room with special deals to make any break a true break. All with customised catering from the Wow Cafe. Ferrymead Golf, 50 Ferrymead Park Drive, right next to the Ferrymead Heritage Park.
Let's face it, everyone has an agenda. And guess what? So do I. Every week, I'll pick 3 stories that grab my attention. Agenda with me, Brent Goff.
Welcome back to your local news here on CTV. Next up, Waimarie Village was opened at the University of Canterbury today. The new accommodation is set to relieve the pressure of the Christchurch housing market.
I'll now declare the Waimarie Village open. Got it? Keep going. Right. Here we go.
15 new homes for students to live in, all part of the University of Canterbury's initiative to relieve the pressure of the current housing crisis in Christchurch.
UC is doing its bit to support students and reduce that pressure on the market by increasing the amount of managed student accommodation available to us.
The university was hit by a drop in student numbers following the 2011 earthquakes, which put stress on their facilities and resources. While campus buildings were repaired, a number of departments adapted student accommodation into offices, but this year's been a turning point for the university.
With all our accommodation now available for its intended purpose, and with the addition of new capacity, we have been able to completely meet demand for student accommodation this year.
The government's injected $260 million into the earthquake-damaged university to aid its recovery, with the university hoping to redevelop facilities and attract thousands more students to their campus. The increase of rental prices in Canterbury since the earthquake has plagued many of the students trying to find accommodation over the academic year.
The students who go through this university now will spend a good deal of their life, if we don't change something, shouldering the burden of simply housing themselves and their families.
But for Andy McHale, the opening of Waimarie Village has come at the right time.
Although you're just in one house, you also socialize with other people, and we also have events all the time, which is just, it's amazing.
The university plans to build more accommodation around the campus in the coming years. Emma Cropper, CTV News.
And as we count down towards your local forecast towards the end of the program, climate change is on everybody's lips this week as the world reacts to a report warning of grave impacts to come.
Leading scientists are calling for New Zealand to take its head out of the sand and adapt to the impacts of climate change.
We need to be acutely aware of all those issues and actually plan for them. There isn't a choice, actually.
The latest United Nations climate change report, released on Monday, has been heralded as a wake-up call for New Zealand. Although the picture simply follows previous reports, this one is different because the public debate has now moved beyond whether climate change exists or is caused by humans.
There have been a number of people who have been mixing it up and putting out uncertainty and making uncertainty and doubt. And I think that people are now starting to realize that it is real.
The report reflects the views of thousands of scientists worldwide. It predicts more frequent heavy rainfall and floods, as well as increasingly common droughts for different parts of New Zealand. Rising sea levels compound the flood risk, as we saw here in Christchurch last month.
And it's actually making sure that we identify and deal with the flood-prone areas of the city. And that's actually quite a lot of houses.
The Christchurch City Council is working to ensure homeowners know their property's flooding risk.
The maps that come out with the district plan notification this year will show that, and will show the effects of both half a metre sea level rise and 1 metre sea level rise as well.
The question now is what we are going to do about the problem. Ewan Mason says New Zealand is in a good position to not only adapt to the consequences, but to take the lead in reducing the causes.
We could become completely greenhouse gas neutral quite easily. And so we're a lucky country in that way. We could show the world the way if we wanted to. It's just a question of what we choose to do.
Countries around the world will wait and see whether this new report will impact climate change policy. Kate McNabb, CTV News.
And another issue facing us is the major shortage of scaffolders in Christchurch, which could lead to delays in the rebuild. Marcus Gibbs reports.
The scaffolding's finally up, but due to delays, Ainsworth builders are already behind schedule.
We've had a few issues and it's been sort of week delay sort of thing, and can be a wee bit longer. But yeah, we're still moving along the best we can.
The earthquake repair work to these apartments will take another 3 weeks, but then they'll need to wait for the scaffolding to come down before they can move on to the next stage of the job. Builders are bearing the brunt of the delays around the country, especially in Christchurch.
The skilled shortage is the biggest problem and could potentially stall the rebuild.
It's not the equipment that's the problem. Dave Ron Scaffolding has plenty of that, but they would love extra scaffolders. There's a shortage around the country, and it's all because of the extra demand in Christchurch.
Just in my company alone, if 8 walked through the door, I would take the lot on. Yeah, that's how bad it is.
Dave's company has more than doubled in size since the earthquake. He's gone from having 18 staff on the books to nearly 50. Experienced scaffolders are in high demand. More than 50 advertisements for skilled scaffolders are listed on Trade Me. Before the earthquake, they could expect $22 an hour. Now a scaffolder with 5 to 10 years experience can earn more than 30, and overtime's encouraged. Dave Ron Scaffolding has 160 sites on the go at the moment. One of their biggest is the Arts Centre. A multi-million-dollar repair job means 3 scaffolders are based here permanently. The company has given up advertising in the papers, and no one from the North Island will move down for work because of Auckland's booming housing market. They've resorted to working with an immigration consultant with the intent of getting migrants to take up a career in Christchurch.
With skilled migrants, you've sort of got to guarantee them accommodation as well, which is another problem.
Scaffolders warn as the economy increases, there's only going to be more pressure put on the skills shortage in Christchurch. Marcus Gibbs, CTV News.
Still to come on your CTV News, the business, traffic and weather updates.
The world has a great deal to tell. Journalists from across the world report on their home nations and the experiences of the people who live there. World Stories.
The Home Show Spa Pool sale is on. Hi, Mike from Four Seasons. Save $2,000 on Spa Pool 947 with all the features. Spas from just $5,499 with savings up to $4,000. Home Show sale on now at Four Seasons Home and Leisure, Tower Junction Mega Centre.
Hi, I'm Steve and welcome to Carpet Kingdom. At Carpet Kingdom we stock a massive range of carpets, and we're also the largest vinyl stockist in the South Island. And not only do we have an excellent range in store, but you can purchase our stock online. We offer free measuring quotes, we have our own installation team, we ship nationwide, so come on down and see us at Carpet Kingdom, 312 Wilsons Road in Waltham, just off Brougham Street, or visit us online at carpetkingdom.co.nz.
Ready to go, mate? Flight leaves at 4:30.
Relax, mate. We'll park at Airpark Canterbury.
Airpark Canterbury, privately owned and operated with a free 24/7 shuttle service. Call 0800 Airpark or book online at airparkcanterbury.co.nz.
Get rid of that damaging and unsightly moss, mould and lichen from your path, drive or roof with Mossbuster. Mossbuster is a no-bleach, non-abrasive, biodegradable solution that has over 35 years of proven results. Mossbuster costs less than half the price of other well-known products and can be yours for less than $1 a litre. You just spray it on and let Mother Nature do the rest. Check out our website to find the best solution to your moss, mould and grime problem. Order online or call us now on 0800 88 1000.
Are you looking for more from your local channel? CTV are online. Our latest listings, on-demand shows, program information, all on the CTV website. We'll see you there.
Missed a show or want to watch it again? CTV is fitting in with your lifestyle. Be in control with CTV On Demand. Check out our website and follow the links, ctv.co.nz.
Get your own copy of the Spates Coast to Coast 2014 coverage highlights. Relive the action, recall the pain, and review the results. Call CTV now on 3777 033 and order a copy today.
Welcome back to your news. Before we get to the weather forecast and the traffic update, here's the weekly business update from Warren Head.
I'm Warren Head from headliner.co.nz. Probably you would have noticed in the last few days that there would have been a report saying that the dairy auction price had come down a little bit. Nobody really expected it to hang about where it was for too much longer, but not any concern there either because the price is still pretty solid stuff. It dropped about 8.9% on this big market that the Fonterra people run, called the Global Dairy Trade Auction. And it kind of sets the undertone for everything that happens there and abouts in the money market as well, including the level of the currency. The truth is that the major index is still running very high at about US $4,100 a tonne. Now, it's coming off about this time of the year because a lot of seasonal throughput going through as well. So the prices are the lowest with all this demand coming through. But there isn't any real concern in terms of the hinterland to Christchurch, which of course is what we all, in some respects, do depend upon. Rural confidence out there, farmer confidence, is near at historic highs because it's not just milk that's going up or has gone up and is holding up at good levels, but it's land prices as well. You've seen that in the supermarket. It's seafood. Gee, seafood's pretty expensive to purchase these days, isn't it? And coarse wool is going up as about the same rate or not. So all round, there's good demand for New Zealand product, and so the commodity prices are really firm, and it doesn't look like we have too much of a problem about weather at the moment in most of the country because broadly normal rainfall around as well. So on the stock market, what this has meant over the past year is that part of the market has been going up really strongly. Its average return last year about 24-25%. That's pretty good compared with the rate of what you get on your bank deposits these days. And some of the stocks moving up. There's a kiwi fruit stock in the North Island called Sika that went up about 152% in gross return. Down our part of the world, Synlait, which we know a lot about now. A2, the alternative milk company, which this week named its company name A2 Milk, just to get the milk name back up in there. And the people who service the farm stock area as well. And wash that across to the wine sector. Foley's Family Wines, a big American company, has now been buying up in New Zealand. And Delegates, the old favourite traditional wine stock, still the best exporter of wine in this country with Oyster Bay. So overall, this sector has been very, very prominent, and the stockbrokers don't see it cooling off any time yet. And just to underline why it won't, I saw an item coming through this morning on the way to the studio about an online company I've never heard of before, which runs about 40% of China's milk imports. It claimed a Guinness World Record for selling 30 containers or 600,000 boxes of imported milk into China in just 53 minutes. In fact, they had to go all around the world to get it. Poland, Belgium, France, Germany, the Aussies, the United States, and ourselves. So we have to keep going in this respect. And we are the chosen ones, aren't we, in terms of milk supply to Asia? So that's the background to why the economy is looking strong right now. I'm Warren Head for headliner.co.nz.
If you're driving around the central city, CTV's new traffic update is compulsory viewing as it'll assist you navigating the repairs taking place.
Hello travellers, to help you plan your journey around the central city, here's another look at what to expect in the city today. Barbados Street is down to one lane in places, which means this route will be slow during peak times. We recommend you use Fitzgerald South during peak times. It still runs well, even with single lane closures in place. Madras Street is also down to one lane from Morehouse Avenue to St Asaph Street. This will be slow in peak times. During those peak hours, we recommend you use Fitzgerald North. Stay tuned this week for more updates on what's happening with the Central City roads, and in the meantime visit the Transport for Christchurch website.
And finally tonight, your regional weather forecast.
Kia ora Canterbury, now for a look at today's temperatures. Timaru 17 degrees today, Temuka and Geraldine both on 19. Ashburton 17, Methven 17 degrees, Rakaia 17, Darfield also on 17, Leeston and Rolleston on 17, Lincoln, Christchurch and Akaroa a sunny 17 degrees for you today as well. And yes, you guessed it, Kaipui, Rangiora and Amberley all on 17 degrees. Inland now, Culverden and Hammer Springs 19 and the same there in Cheviot. And further up around the coast, Kaikoura on that good old number 17 degrees as well. Now for the weather in your area. Timaru, mostly cloudy, a few sunny periods developing, but cloud increasing again later. There's also going to be a little rain expected at night time. Tonight's low 11 degrees, tomorrow's high 20. Ashburton, mostly cloudy for your Friday with some blue skies at times, but cloud increasing during the afternoon. Tonight expect a low of 11, tomorrow's high 20 degrees. Christchurch, morning low cloud and fog will clear, but cloud increasing again later in the day. Expect northeasterly winds. Tonight's low 11 degrees, tomorrow's high 20. Kaikoura, low cloud at first clearing and long sunny periods developing with northeasterly breezes. Tonight's low 11, tomorrow's high 21. In other areas around Canterbury, Temuka and Geraldine looking fine with 21 degrees tomorrow, Methven 21 and 20 there in Rakaia. Darfield, you're on 21 degrees tomorrow and Leeston on 20. Rolleston and Lincoln 20 degrees for you as well, and also Akaroa on 20 degrees. And in North Canterbury, Kaipui and Rangiora a warmer 21 degrees tomorrow. Amberley 21 expected there, and Culverden, Hammer Springs and Cheviot also have a warm day ahead with 21 degrees. Looking ahead for Canterbury, cloudy on Saturday with a risk of drizzle patches and light, cool southwesterly winds. Mostly cloudy on Sunday with moderate northeasterly winds. A few light showers possible during the afternoon, but more persistent rain developing at night. Cloudy on Monday with periods of rain and moderate to fresh southerly winds. Cold temperatures are expected with snow down to 700 metres. Showers clearing, but skies remaining cloudy and temperatures cold on Tuesday. Moderate to fresh southwesterlies decreasing. Mostly fine and sunny on Wednesday with moderate northeasterlies. And that's your weather for Friday. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Love those temperatures being predicted with a 2 at the beginning, but I'm not that keen on the word snow coming in there. That's your CTV News. I'm Rob Cope Williams. Do have a wonderful night.